Hello Runescape fans, it's Vamoria here welcoming you to another episode of Runescape Quick Lore. This week we're diving headfirst into an age of war, the God Wars specifically. Now after their leader was defeated in the previous age, many Zarosians defected and became followers of Zamorak or the other gods. Thousands did not, however, and those that refused to denounce their previous master were hunted down and killed or forced into hiding. Even sides that are normally mortal enemies like Zamorakians and Saradominists joined together to fight their common enemy in the Zarosians. One of the generals still loyal to Zaros was known as Nex. She's a terrifying leader and powerful creature known as a Zarite. She's able to defend an area known as the Majorat Ritual Site from a large Saradominist army that's trying to take it over. Now realising that Nex is too powerful to be defeated, the Saradominists lure her into a nearby cave and she's magically sealed inside. The victors then build a large temple to commemorate their win. A vampire known as Lowernial leads an army of Zamorak supporters to conquer Hallowvale, which at the time was under the control of a Saradomin-aligned Icene known as Queen Eferite. Draken soon wins out this battle by taking the Queen's husband hostage, causing her to surrender. What was once Hallowvale becomes tainted and evil. Deciding to give his new territory a name more befitting, Lowernial changes its name to Mauritania. Once everything has calmed down, a large campaign is started by Zamorak to gain control of the Kharidian lands. Now an army of demons led by a demon known as Famaron attack a city known as Uzer, but its guardians, enchanted clay golems, are able to initially ward off the attack and manage to wound Famaron, who would later die of his injuries. It's all in vain though, as Uzer eventually falls to the Zamorak forces, and the roster of Menethite gods are unable to stop it. Around this time, a Zarosian known as Azanadra is captured and imprisoned for trying to telepathically contact his god. Azanadra is bound by 4 powerful diamonds and locked away in a large pyramid in the Kharidian desert. Unhappy at the loss of Hallowvale, Saradomin sends an army led by Commander Zilania? I don't know how to pronounce things in this game. But anyway, he sends her and 6 brethren, known as Arim, Dorok, Carol, Turag, Guthix and Varak, to battle Draken in an attempt to win back control of Mauritania. At this point, a Majorat known as Slisk, who, as a quick aside, remember that name, it's very important, appears to the brothers and gives them supernatural powers, which lends them some success in the campaign. Slisk later returns, recalls the power he bestowed, and all of the brothers die unceremoniously, leading to the eventual failure and complete loss of Mauritania. The 6 brothers are then turned by Slisk into his whites and tasked with guarding an artifact belonging to Azanadra. We would go on to know those brothers as the Barrows Brothers. While Zamorak and Saradomin had been playing their little war games, Bandos was mostly stirring the conflicts, basically sending his troops into battle to prolong the war for no reason other than that he enjoyed it. At one point, he orders some of his followers, a race of goblins known as the Dorgeshuun, into battle. They refuse, knowing that the battle would lead to their utter and complete annihilation. They flee to an area that would become known as Lumbridge Swamp in an attempt to hide. Bandos gets really angry at their cowardice and smites the leader, also trapping the goblins underground. The group eventually adapt to the new life and become mole people, essentially. Now we're getting to the really good bit. Sensing that most of the world's problems stem from Zamorak, Saradomin seeks an alliance with both Bandos and Armadil. A sword is forged with the power to vanquish Zamorak, and while a group of Armadillians, led by Kriara, are transporting it, they are ambushed by a group of Zamorakians, led by a demon known as Krill Susaroth? I want to say Susaroth. If I'm wrong, whatever. After they're ambushed, they flee into a nearby temple, unaware that it's the same one that Nex was previously locked away in. To aid the Armadillians, Commander of Saradomin and an Org known as Grador rush into the temple to help. The alliance doesn't last for long, and all four factions turn on each other, all vying for control of the God Sword. And that story is why God Wars Dungeon 1 exists. The alliance is in vain, though, as Zamorak manages to get a hold of the Stone of Jazz after Saradomin stole it from him way back in the Second Age. Using its power, Zamorak completes the Zarosian Extinction and rips apart the land of Forinthry, leaving it black, barren, and empty. You might say that it became a bit of a wilderness. Wilderness. Get it? It's the reason why the wilderness is there, because Zamorak completely and totally destroyed it. So, there you go. The damage caused by Zamorak is so immeasurable that the Anima Mundi, the literal life force of the world, cries out and awakens Guthix from his sleep. Guthix wakes up to a world ravaged by war, and if we remember correctly, Guthix doesn't really like gods fighting each other and destroying worlds. They're not high on his list of favourite things, so he builds an army and smashes his way through the world, destroying anyone who would oppose him regardless of faction. Even those loyal to his friend Seren were not spared if they opposed him. As a final act, he definitively banishes all gods from Gielinor with the creation of the Edicts of Guthix, a seal around the world making it that no higher power gods can ever set foot on Gielinor. The seal would stay in place so long as Guthix is alive. He sets up several of his followers to act as guardians, and unwilling to leave, Seren instead shatters herself into thousands of crystal shards. Grieving for a world almost destroyed, Guthix returns to sleep. And that is, as they say, that. If you liked the video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to let me know that you enjoyed it. If you want to watch more, then there should be more videos and playlists linked on the screen. If you want to follow me on Twitter, then you can follow me here. Otherwise, I've been Vamoria, this has been Quick Lore, and thank you very much for watching.